and then we go. And oh my God, I'm so privileged. And every single time I'm starting, so the thoughts hit in me that I'm so blessed and privileged that I've just launched this podcast. It's just still baby podcast, and we already talk with my very special guest today. And I'm so blessed and grateful all the time. People say yes to me to give them most precious gift. It's their time and attention, especially now, all the way from Los Angeles, and we all in the world now watching what's going on there. And believe me, we are supporting in our hearts and feeling for you guys and praying to everything, especially me, because I'm from Ukraine, and from that part which actually also still suffers severe. So I know it's so important then to be united, and especially the topic we are going to discuss today, I believe it's the most powerful, peaceful tool that actually, it doesn't matter what kind of language, country, religion you are. It doesn't have any boundaries, right? It just unites. So I'm so happy to present today our episode. It's titled Sinking Beats and Breaking Boundaries, the Robotic.
Oh, hey.
Yes, and that's why welcome to our episode, Diversity is the Game Changer. And I'm your guest again, Valeria Artnes. But the most important, we have today a tremendously talented guest all the way from Los Angeles.
Thank you.
And I hope really it's important for me. I can pronounce his stage name, which I think it's fantastic. I still work my English, but we tried to train a little bit before we start recording, right? So, and he said it was okay. So for me, the most important that he likes the way I'm seeing it. But I'm trying always to put my soul. So it's Mr. Robotic, right?
That is me. Yep, I love it.
Professional, thank you so much. Professional artist, writer, and a visionary founder of Music and Robots. Mr. Robotic is a great force in the music world who is making waves both on and off the charts. With a viral top 50 hit Don't Wanna Leave, averaging over 100,000 streams a month on Spotify and Beatport, anthem, Watching the Club Go, which has erect over 1 million views on YouTube, Mr. Robotic knows, oh my God, how to get the party started. And
Yes,
we are
we do.
starting now. But he's not just about the music. His beats have hit the big screen and TV with over 156 in films, commercials, shows like Zero Arrows, MTV, Jersey Shore, brands like Coca-Cola, Victoria's Secret, every love them, and G-Shock are in the mix too. So please, thank you so much for staying with us today. Welcome to our show, and we are so privileged to have you here the whole way from Los Angeles in our actually storm. It's windy storm, like I've said, but I'm so privileged that our internet still collaborating with that. So thank you so much, and welcome to the show.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Yes. And my first question, before actually I will start diving directly into the childhood, but I just want also, like mentioned already a little bit, first and foremost, I want to extend my deepest thoughts, prayers, and unwavering support to the communities in Los Angeles and all those affected by the recent fires. It's heartbreaking situation. We all stand with you guys during this difficult time, particularly me and we Ukrainians. We know and we feel much stronger. So thank you so much. And now we would like to continue with you. And my very first questions, like always, take us and welcome us into the world of little Marcus, because I also asked that Mr. Robotic is Marcus, right?
Mhm.
And I want, maybe at that time he was, I'm sure, still a very talented boy, but maybe not yet Mr. Robotic. He was little
Mhm.
Marcus,
Yeah.
right? So could you please tell us about your childhood and actually the childhood impacts on your decisions, on your mindset, on your career, and please
Yeah.
feel free. Everything that you believe, it's actually
Yeah.
very special, maybe very fun. Maybe somebody actually don't know about you or you have never shared that, but you feel free. Stage is yours. Just whatever it hits you, please welcome.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I grew up in Chicago. I started doing music at around like 15, 16 years old. Started off rapping at the high school I went to, Luther South High School, where a lot of people actually went, which is hilarious. So we were actually just joking, when I was started rapping there. That I just started taking it serious. It was like one of the few things I felt like I was really good at, or something I knew I could get better with, and you can something you can devote your time to. So I just really took it serious from 16 and on. Ended up transferring schools to Richards, where Dwayne Wade went, the basketball player. But he went there obviously before I was there, and then graduated. I actually wasn't going to graduate, which is interesting, but I ended up being able to graduate. I didn't think I was going to college because my grades sucked. So luckily I found Columbia College, Chicago. They had a bridge program where if your grades suck, you could just go through this program, and you make it out, you get to get accepted. So that's how I ended up going to Columbia College Chicago. Studied music business and audio arts and acoustics as my minor. Met so many amazing people at that school, and that's kind of how I like started all of this stuff, And then I moved to LA in 2011, and the rest is history.
Okay, wow. Okay. So fast forward, yeah. So you're Chicago, boy, beautiful city. It was my
Yeah.
absolutely first visit to um, US, actually, yes, and it was 2003. I was 23 years old. It was very, for me, it was like a whole new, I don't know, planet because I made in Soviet, right? And I was brought up in Ukraine. And for us just to come to US, but and at the very first time to Chicago, it was like, wow,
Yeah.
it's amazing. But what the most I loved about people, about diversity and everybody, I don't know, I never like felt that so many different people, but it's kind of vibration in them that they are so united there. I love that. And I love actually music in Chicago. And especially I remember we were presented to special club because they say it's very famous in Chicago, where it's about I believe it was blue jazz or something. Is it
Mm-hmm.
the special club they like known in Chicago, right?
You talking about, yeah.
Yeah, so it was fantastic
Mm-hmm.
experience. Okay, thank you for sharing your story. And now I would like to ask you about the role of, because podcast's name diversity is the game changer, and when we're talking about diversity, like it can be gender diversity or cultural diversity, ethnical diversity, and whatever actually you believe uh, more important or appeals to your soul. But in your experience, how, let's start, like how cultural diversity can help artists and you in your career expand your creative boundaries. I mean, like if you uh yes, if you cooperate like with other cultures, and do you believe it's difference in Chicago or LA?
Yeah.
What's about diversity in your domain? Because actually, you are my very first honored musician at the podcast, and
Mm-hmm.
I feel honored. So please just, it's because I'm nerdy. I'm writing thesis, but music, I love music, of course. I
Yeah.
could ever, nobody can exist, but can you, because you're a professional,
You're
can you
right.
tell us about that?
Yeah. So basically, how diversity has kind of affected my career, or okay, yeah.
Yes, please, about your career. Yes, please.
Yeah, it's about. I think it helps like when you are able to write. That's why I like pop and more pop dance music, because how you write it is to write to a mass amount of people, a mass audience. So you want to kind of like create records and lines that everybody uh, could say, everybody could enjoy. So that helps. That's why you see like pop records like a Bruno Mars, Uptown Funk. Anybody can, say that song or sing that song. It's a very global, song, stuff that everybody can say. But it's also, I think, diversity is mainly, I feel like everything has been done under the sun. So it's about taking your experiences and then taking what's been done already, but adding your spin to it. So I think that's where diversity comes into. It's kind of like if you make food, it might be traditionally done this way, but if you add your spin to it, that's what makes it different. And I think diversity works in the same way. So when it comes to music, uh, you know, songs about everything have already been done, already. But my experience might be a little different, where I can say it in a different way just because of my background, etc. And I think that's what makes kind of the world turn, and just kind of also experiencing different people. Like, obviously Chicago is very different than LA is very different than Miami. Like, everything is just kind of different. But if you're like traveled and you meet different people, you can always take from each and add that to a record. Have different music videos where different backgrounds are there as well. So so I think it helps. That's why music is one of the best businesses to be in, for that reason.
Yes, amazing. Yes, it's true for me. Like all the time when I just try to reflect a little bit, it's just 7 notes, right? And like you said, it's already written so much. Um, Different types of music, and we still discover new and new, and I think it's so beautiful because like you said, you always have something you can add because of your inner voice, because of your unique voice in this planet, because nobody are alike, and all of us have different experience based in our backgrounds, right? Cultural, but also like context, I mean circumstances, and everything what is happening to us. So, and it's amazing how music can unite people, really diverse people, because probably it's the one thing that actually it doesn't matter what language we speak, but like and especially I can reflect about all languages like Latin or Sanskrit, but music is like it's universal for everybody. It's the language of soul, right? You don't
Yeah,
need actually to know the language. Sometimes you have no idea actually about the words, but you
that's
love the music. And sometimes actually I experience it's so funny because you have no idea what's going on. You kind of imagine your own pictures, and sometimes I remember when you actually get the translation, there's like, what really was
yeah,
that song?
yeah,
Oh my god, I had no idea, like because yeah, I think it's so amazing.
yeah.
So thank you for your reflection. Yes, and like like I've also said, like music can really reflect and appeal to broader society, right? And it music really teaches us about inclusivity, and then all that by music we can share our experiences. Actually, about this like very international or yes cross-cultural globally trends or trendsetters or artists. When you were a little boy, have you been inspired by someone special? Or yes, like some names that you really was fan, you
Like
had your
celebrities, like other artists, or
yes, like artists when
oh yeah, like yeah. Everybody knows I'm inspired by like Will I Am, Black Eyed Peas, Kanye West. Um, who else?
and now
Who am I inspired by now?
yeah.
Still Black Eyed Peas, still Kanye, Bruno Mars. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who have I been studying lately? Um, that might be it. Like yeah, I think those three. I think those three are just like I study a lot. Whenever I get writer's block, those are the people I listen to.
Yes, amazing.
hmm
um my next question, because also we know that music uh, of course it's social context, that it's very uniting and powerful, but also we know that for every single individual, right, it's so
Yes.
connected to your emotions, and
Yeah.
I mean then of course it influences a lot of emotional conditions and mental health and
hmm
mental well-being, right? So and actually I know there are some like painting therapy, light therapy, but it's also uh, powerful resource for the health, because I've heard about music therapy, right? Because
Yeah.
it's really therapeutical uh, effect, and even like people believe when they're depressed or maybe when they have sadness or grief that it's not good to listen to like really sad music or something, but actually it's not true, because it can really expose you and can take all your feelings to the surface, right? And you can deal with them, and you can actually can get more connection to your feelings. What Have you have you thought about this part of music, like an emotional health and well-being? How do you really believe, or maybe you experience how music in your life could help your health or mental well-being and everything?
Well, yeah, it's about listening to more positive stuff. Yeah, because if you're sad already or depressing, and listening to sad, depressing music, it kind of just like you get become more sad and depressed. Honestly, compared to if you're listening to something more uplifting and more positive. That can kind of get you out of the rut. But sometimes I think music, what happens is it makes you feel connected to that artist. So they're saying the exact words that you probably can't explain or that you can't communicate. So that artist is probably saying exactly what you feel, which is why we identify with that. But to start breaking out of the depression and sadness because you don't want to be stuck in that trap. It's start listening to more positive stuff, lifting more uplifting records, party records, dancing. You'll notice it will change your mood pretty quickly. So I think both works. I think you might need to listen to sad music, like if somebody passed or if you have a heartbreak or something. You might need somebody that's went through that before, which is why people listen to certain songs. But then just to get out of it, you also need the confident kind of songs as well. So I think music plays a major factor and people's perspective and perception in their lives, and then that's why it's such a powerful thing to do.
Mhm. So that basically you see that I believe that by making so beautiful music, you are actually already on the mission to reach out to so many people, to so many hearts, that you already actually, of course, you have to do it first of all for yourself, because you have to really live through it, and you have to love what you're doing.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it's difficult. It's not
very.
kind of job that many people are not that privileged that they actually can devote their time to the activity they really love, right? Sometimes you
Mhm.
have to go to job, or you have to, but music and it's like creating art and everything. Of course, if you don't like it yourself, why in the first place you should be there? But if you first of all through share your feelings through your music, right, and from inside to outside, so I
Mhm.
believe it's actually great mission to be born and already to have the possibility to impact people's life. So
Yeah.
that's why I believe it's very beautiful what you're, and especially if you can discover, oh, it's just not you who like your music, but so many people, right? And you get more confirmation. It's very inspiring. Yeah, but um, he- uh, so yes, so that's why I mean it's very inclusive, right? Like I've mentioned that, and tell me about the more personal experience. It's very interesting for me because now I can see you have achieved already, uh, accomplished a lot in your life.
Yeah.
um, how was the experience? Maybe you can share some special experience, or like you have imagined or dreamed about something, or set the goal and you have achieved it, and how was your reaction, and was it very special event in your life, like really can give you so much inspiration, or it was like wow effect? What was the biggest, like happiness when you get discovered, like first time, wow, you have achieved something really great?
I think the first time I heard myself on the radio back in Chicago, I got myself on the biggest radio station there, the biggest pop station there, B96. So that was one. Then obviously moving to LA. I've never been to LA before. I flew out here. I literally just hopped on the plane and moved. So
Yeah.
that was a thing right there. Um, um, I think everything else was just kind of just a planned out strategy. So
Yes.
that was a good thing. Yeah.
mm, Amazing. And well, can you share us with us now the project you are working now, and what actually next, I don't know, or your dream or goal, or maybe special project you are working now? What are you doing now?
Yeah. We got our investment back in August, so just getting ready to start releasing everything in March. So that's going to be cool. And then just raising more money, and then just putting out all of our other artists, getting my singles ready. I think we do our launch party the first weekend of March, so that's going to be cool. So just really just doing what we're doing now, honestly, and I'm excited about it.
Hmm. Amazing. No, to be inspired all the time, like of course you should feel, and probably a lot of musicians they are making songs and music about their life, their experience, but it's also very important. We are not dependable, but we should be surrounded by people who inspire and support us,
Yeah.
especially for creative people. Can you share about because you said you moved to LA, and probably I don't know, have you moved alone, and did you meet anybody like who become your best friends and support? Because are you working alone? No, you have your team now.
I have a whole team. Yeah, I have a whole team. But yeah, when I moved out here, I moved by myself. But I already knew people here. The girl I ended up dating for what 3 years. She was the one that actually helped me tell me where to move to when I lived in Studio City. But yeah, I just knew a lot of people in the music industry already. I moved out here at 23 years old. Yeah, and I was already doing what I was doing. So yeah, I just met a lot of people, and yeah, I've been here for what 13 years now. So yeah, I know a lot of people.
Amazing. So I'm sure your family is proud of you,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Because when
definitely.
here, and I can imagine, like, okay, it's also is, yeah, like for yourself to get support emotional, that you've been choosing the right path.
Yes.
Okay, amazing. And we have been touching a little bit about the mental health and music, and because this special podcast I decided to launch to help many people who has special needs, or um, how should I say, like we there are a lot of people, almost 35% in the world. We are on different different type of spectrum, have like autism or OCD, HDID, and depression, a lot of stuff. And especially now it happens a lot in the world, in my part, because it's a war, right? And I believe, like, the whole level of stress and anxiety for population, it's kind of growing last 3 4 years especially. And I believe music can help a lot, and I know that. So, and people who suffer from different disorders, what is your, I don't know if you have experienced yourself, or maybe you have somebody who is close to you, but how do you actually believe, should we have more kind of musical tools to be able to help people with these um, challenges?
Hmm.
What you believe it's actually the role and connection music can play for people who has, like me. I have OCD. I don't know if you have heard about this. This
Yeah.
is obsessive compulsive disorder.
Yeah.
Yes, and when I have my therapy. So actually, once per week we had music therapy classes actually, and I know it's helped, but it was not like at the professional level. But for me, it's very interesting for me actually when people are writing music. Yes, we of course we think about our culture, probably about experience, but have you actually experienced something in your life privately, that you maybe have friends or somebody, and that you try to think, oh, maybe this music could help this person with autism, or I
Um.
don't actually, have you actually ever like thought about that?
Oh yeah, I haven't like honestly I haven't. But I know like most people use like more meditation music, calming music that usually helps people like calm your nerves and stuff like that because
Mm.
uh, depending on the type of music you listen to, it can change your mood. So yeah, I think like people with anxiety and different things of that nature is usually like a more meditative. Kind of a production that they use or could use to just calm themselves down. Is very
Mm.
just mellow, like and I think that actually helps. Instead of just super energetic music that's going to make you hyper, etc. So yeah. I think yeah, just mainly like more meditation music, just very calming, very soothing, and I think it will help out.
Yes, amazing, because
Hmm.
it's what I'm experience of exercise and practicing every day myself, and I would wish I could find this very powerful tool before in my life. But again, it's always probably should come to the right place and the right stage in your life? Because I tried to meditate, like, before war broke up. So, but I
Hmm.
have so much energy. So then for me, it should have been another type of music before, like, to really make something energetic, and it helped me to relieve like my energy. But now, yes, like it's meditative music. Are you using actually meditating music? Are you meditate yourself?
Yeah, yeah, I meditate. I meditate every morning.
Okay, okay, interesting. Then maybe you can give advice to our audience, inclusive me. What kind of music are you? What kind of artist are you using for your meditation?
Oh, I just listen like the ocean waves. Like I just go on YouTube, listen to like ocean waves, and just like anything that says meditation music. I just listen to it for an hour, and just chill in front of the swimming pool and just not do anything for an hour. That's my morning. I start every morning from 7 to 8 o'clock.
Amazing!
Yeah.
Wow. So I'm so happy to hear it, because I really believe it's game changer as well. Like, if you can start every day with really devoting the time to yourself, like, to be a lovely friend with your mind, because it's so important now. It doesn't matter what's actually happened then in your surroundings, and actually then you can have emotional resilience to meet the whole day, right?
Yeah.
And actually make it even better music than for us.
Yeah. Like,
Amazing. But
yeah.
when did you start? Have you been practicing many years with this?
Last 6 months. The last 6 months.
Oh, okay, okay. So you're, yes, because I started last year actually in November, and still discovering that, oh my God, it's so even 10 minutes, it makes very big
It,
difference. I can feel even like, yes. Amazing. It's very nice to experience that you are making one type of, or I don't know, the type of music, or genre you are making. Which type, or you making very different type of
oh
music?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I do more dance music and pop and things of that nature. So just more fun party stuff.
Okay, and this is your favorite, or?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, I just that's my job.
Amazing. So I hope then one day, because I'm going to move to Los Angeles this year, so I can,
Cool.
yes, so maybe I can visit your studio. We
Yeah,
can, yeah, do
that makes
something cool together. Why not? It will be
you
very
definitely
fantastic.
make records. I'm down for that.
Yeah. So thank you for being with us today. And
Mhm.
if you have any special message or thoughts about music, yes, and you something have on your heart that you want to share with people, so please feel free. Your stage before we dive in the rapping part, where we are going to play a little bit.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm glad people for anybody that's tuned in. Yeah, obviously the fire stuff here in LA is kind of crazy. So like just hopefully everybody just has positivity and staying positive and um, you know mindset is everything. Honestly, you can be sad, but you change your thoughts, it'll fix it. Everything is perspective and perception, and
Mhm.
sometimes it's just looking at things a different way.
Yes, but I mean, you and your close family friends, are they okay?
Oh yeah, yeah, everybody's good. Yeah,
Yes, okay. That's very important. I know I asked you before, but it's everyday situations.
yeah,
Yeah, really, it's yeah, what's happening? It's so tragical. Oh my God! But let's try to, of course, it's about perspective and about the way you are transforming everything what you're having, right? And we try still to find something positive, even in all the negativity around it. Just like when it's about the choice to focus, because what you're focusing at, it's the energy flowing
yeah,
there. So that's, yeah, music, I think it's the most actually powerful healing tool. So if we focus on that, so we can make our world better, and for people around us.
yeah,
So let's then finish with nice positive vibes, and I'm always playing with my guests, because love music and fairy tales and child story, always for me it's very nice, beautiful, warm stuff for my heart. So I always try to switch like the subject. It doesn't matter what we are discussing, but
yeah.
it's all very important and useful. And so for me, because I still believe in magic and in fairy tales,
Hmm.
right, and still have a child in myself, and I hope everybody, and I wish everybody still has. So
Yeah.
this special stuff I bought last month in Morocco. You know
Oh,
what it is?
a genie lamp.
Yes, exactly. Little pinky genie lamp, and I have already have 16 wishes is here from my guest. So now it's time for this lamp to welcome your wish, because I'm your genie today, but unfortunately there is no place for three wishes. It just place for one wish from all of my guests.
Mm.
So if I could ask you today in this lamp, what that wish would be from you?
Wish. I have so many wishes.
Yes,
um,
it's healthy. It's very healthy. It's very nice, because so many people struggle sometimes, with.
yeah, I wish I could learn to be more at peace knowing everything will work out.
Amazing.
So
Okay.
that's peace or whatever that is. Not sure if it's just is it like do you wish for peace? I don't know, but basically that.
Okay, I saw it. It was lying just right inside, just right there. So we put, yeah,
Woo!
we need to work with these wishes, right? Yeah. So thank you so much for being with us, and all the way from Los Angeles. And now I understood you could, of course, have found more important things to devote your time. But that's why I really blessed that all people now who are my guests, they're given this gift for me most precious. It's their time and attention.
I'm super
So
grateful.
thank you so much again, and I'm really very inspired by your career and your talent and determination. Everything. I wish you to accomplish all of your dreams, and I wish you and me to meet soon one day, and we can also do magic together. Why not, right? It's
We definitely
because of
will.
the and unity, we can do great stuff together.
I,
So that's why I would like to thank our audience again to be with us.
mhm,
And just a little reminder that in the intersection of diversity, music, and global community is incredibly powerful.
mhm.
Music serves as an universal language. We already mentioned that transcends geographical, cultural, and even linguistic boundaries. Particularly in times of crisis, like the fires in Los Angeles or war in Ukraine, music has the ability to bring people together, provide comfort, and spark healing.
Yeah,
Let's continue to celebrate and uplift the power of music to bridge divides, bring awareness, and promote peace. Through diversity, music becomes a force that not only reflects our world but actively shapes it for the better.
yeah.
So, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
staying with us.
Thank you.
Uh, yes, and we will be so happy uh, to see your career flourish
Mhm.
further, and hopefully to be also a part of that.
Oh
So
yeah,
thank you,
of course,
yes,
definitely.
all blessings to you. And if you have last words, so please, your mic.
Oh no, yeah, just super grateful for having me. I really appreciate this, and hopefully more people are inspired. And yeah, super excited about everything, and I appreciate you.
Thank you so much. So please, my beautiful audience, you can follow um, us and Mr. Robotic on
Mhm.
LinkedIn, on Instagram, and I will put um, his information, so
Yeah,
you are always more than welcome to reach me or reach him, and of course, and be inspired by his fantastic career. Thank you for us, and stay tuned.
thank you.